Hello, hello! Welcome back to another episode on the TryCraft server. As you can see behind me, there is a big bad snake, but he's not really bad, and neither is the other one. In ancient Egypt, snakes were symbols of many different things, but one of them being protection. So we have two here at the pyramid for our protection. Now I haven't gotten to the bodies yet, but I have a plan with those. But for right now, I'm going to take you through some fast forward motions of building the snake, and I'll try to explain as much as I can for you along the way. It was definitely difficult getting both snakes to match when I wasn't following a pattern and just coming up with it on my own. So my first task to do was to get just the frame of the body built at first, and then come over to this side and match what I had just done across to the other side. I decided to use cracked stone brick for the body, as this gave me kind of the feeling of a rough snake skin and just would give it a little bit of texture inside of the other bricks that I chose to use. Once I had the basic frame done for both, I had to make sure that they matched and then get started on how I was going to build them out. I wanted to use some stone brick for the belly of the snake. It gave me more of a slippery, smooth feel than the cracked stone, as a snake's belly is generally smoother than the rest of their body. So I wanted to give it more of a smoother, I can't speak today, smoother texture, and then a combination between blocks and stairs, because I wanted to sort of curve it a little bit and make it so the snake is sort of arching up, and it's a cobra, so it has its hood flared out. So getting the stomach on here was a little bit of a pain, but it wasn't too bad. And then I had to go match it on the other side. After getting the base of the belly, I had to get the back of the snake, and I decided to use mossy cobblestone for this because this reminded me the most of snakeskin, and it's got green on it. So I thought, what better way to make the appearance of a snake than using the mossy cobble. And again, a combination of blocks and stairs made it so that I could get the look of the snake arching up in a striking pose. Now, getting the mouth was definitely one of the hardest parts. But once again, I have to go match it on the other side. So I'm working on getting the top of the jaw out, and it's definitely a difficult thing with working on the second floor and lots of scaffolding. And then after seeing and making sure I had it right, I have to go to the other side and match it, just because I don't have a pattern. I'm just doing this off the top of my head. And so if I don't do it on this side right away, I'm not going to remember how I did it, and it's going to be harder to duplicate the pattern. So I figure if I work on them both together, then that would make it easier on me to get both snakes done at the same time and be identical. Moving back over to snake 1, I have to get the bottom of the jaw and the tongue. And I decided to use nether brick since I believe it's one of the only bricks that has a stair and a slab variant of the brick that's the color red. I really wish we could turn concrete into stairs and slabs. That would be much better. The only thing I wish I would have done is possibly color it with nether wart, so it would have been a little more red, but I think the darkness fits in with the old time ruins, so I'll probably just leave it. I had a little trouble figuring out how I wanted the bottom jaw to come out and still have the tongue out a little bit. So it took me a few tries here, and I finally figured it out and got a good pattern going, and then had to duplicate it again on the other side. Once I got the basic outline, I wanted to put the eyes on and see how those would look. I decided to use glowstone and a kelp block. And the glowstone is for the yellow of the red eye and to give us some light at the same time since it's so dark. And then the kelp, once the rest of the snake is done around it, all you'll see is that little slit like the slit in a snake's eye. And of course, duplicated on both sides. After putting the eyes on, it was time to start building the body out. Now I wanted to build it out in a way where I could bring the green in, the mossy cobblestone in behind it, so that I could give the snake some more dimension. So I didn't bring out all of the cracked brick, but just certain highlight points so that once I get to the mossy cobblestone, I could bring that out also. And then of course, once I get this side done, I'll duplicate it on the other side, and then we'll work on bringing the green out. Now in bringing the green out, I brought it in a little bit towards the cracked brick, and then a little bit later on I decided to use some stairs to make the curve look better. But I went all the way around the cracked stone brick with the green, used slabs and stair variants of it to give it the different dimensions and texture around the snake so that it looks like it's in that arched pose and that it's got part of the hood of the cobra. And once again, you guys know what I'm gonna say, right? Go duplicate it on the other side. After getting the side and the back built, it's time to start building out on the belly with that stone brick to give the smooth texture of a snake belly. So I'm building that out to get more dimension and width onto both snakes and give it that arched look. Using the mossy cobblestone, I am going to start building up on the snake head and getting the hood started over the eye and then back around the edge. That eye, as you can see, has a small slit now like a real snake, and then behind me we will get the hood started. Since this is a cobra, we want the hood to be flared out. The snake's starting to look really good, and now I need to try to work on that bottom jaw and get that out to just the right angle where I can add some bottom fangs, but the jaw isn't too big because I want the red of the tongue sticking out and being able to see all of that. So we're going to work on trying to get the cracked stone brick, the smooth, or just the regular stone, in there and get fangs on it and make it all still look nice. I decided to go with a mossy cobble slab for the bottom of the jaw and use andesite the wall. Since they're white, I figured that would give a nice tooth look. I wasn't sure what else I could use. I had a few ideas, but I figured, and it's not andesite either, it's diorite. I figured I would use the diorite since it's white and make those for the teeth. I decided that the top fangs needed just a little bit more since those are the striking ones, and so I added just a small iron bar at the bottom of each of the top fangs. After getting the bottom jaw done, I wanted to go up to the top of the snake head and add a little bit more detail and put some slabs and stairs just to kind of give it a little more curved feeling. After repeating the jaw and the fangs on the other snake, it was time to get started on the hood of the cobra. And so I decided to use mossy cobblestone. I still can't talk today. Mossy cobblestone to bring out the flare of the hood and still give it that snake skin feeling. And so I brought it out 3 or 4 layers and then minimized each layer one so that it looks like it's gradually getting smaller as it comes out. And of course, repeat the hood on the second snake as well. Okay guys, so that is how I built the snakes. So thank you so much for joining me on this episode, and I'll see you guys next time to build the bodies. We also have a desert oasis, a post office, the front of the pyramid, the ice palace, the ice palace that we need to make. So we will be building lots and lots and lots. So thank you again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like. Oh, look, there's Scouse behind us. All right, see you guys later. Bye-bye.